Hello, good morning, good people. Thank you for joining us for the show. We do encourage you that for the next 3 hours, make sure not only watching us on the screen becomes how you get educated and given all the best current affairs information right this morning, but also getting relevant on our social media platforms. So on Facebook, when you go there, go search for JoyNews on TV and make sure that you follow us. Click those notification buttons. Do same for our Twitter handle at JoyNews on TV. Do same for our YouTube channel, JoyNews TV. And as you do all these, know that we have a lot of in stock as far as news, current affairs, the best of entertainment, highlights, and sports right here. You know, the president just yesterday made a good intervention that I personally thought was one of the best things that could have ever happened to those 14 dismissed students because they rampaged, were very unruly, disrespectful, indisciplined, generally not on the second cycle educational system we have, but even against the president, the rest of those serving in government and all of us. But the intervention by the president also speaks volumes about how we can, all as a people, learn some great lessons. Because there's always redemption at the end of each cycle. So it doesn't matter whether you've sinned against even the Pope or even God, you're always given a chance or an opportunity for you to redeem yourself. And what the president has done will go a long way to motivate these 14 students and the rest of this batch of senior high school students sitting for the WASI. But we can also translate that into our lives. Who has wronged you so much so that you have become very bitter, very hateful, and much unforgiving? If this opportunity could be afforded that person who so much has incurred your wrath, it also opens up a lot of opportunities for redemption. And I'm hoping that all of us could take some great cues. As we do that, let's all get ourselves motivated and, extend that hand of benevolence and forgiveness to all those who have wronged us. And talking about all that, NDC has been complaining, especially within the period when we're having the voter registration exercise, about how a lot of things had been ongoing. The MPP said, well, everything is okay. So we decided to have a great debate between the national youth organizers of Ghana's top political parties. I'm talking about the MPP and NDC. So Henry Nanabuache, national youth organizer for the MPP, and his counterpart in the NDC, George Opariado, decided to have a great conversation with us, and we're going to bring that to you this morning. And it's all about their own debates based on their comments and what they think their observations are during the registration period. And now that it's ended, what do they seem to think based on their assessment and how they hope to look forward to this electioneering. It's a short period, just leading up to December 7, 2020. So make sure you stick and stay. Promises to be exciting just immediately after sports. And following that forgiveness by the president, we also do know that, well, the directive was very straight. The Minister of Education is expected from this morning to engage the Director General and the rest of the management of the Ghana Education Service on that ban of the 14 students and their ultimate banning, if not expulsion from their schools. But what does it mean? How will this serve as a deterrent to others who are also participating and even future candidates in the WASI or third-year students? Well, one of the key people who have been making commentary on this subject over the last week or 4 or 5 days is Thomas Musa. He is General Secretary for the Ghana National Association of Teachers. We'll have him on board and we'll have some great discussion alongside that. And just after the president's message, we also do know that we spoke to Executive Director of Child Rights International, and Bright Appiah had his organization issuing a statement before the president's own statement or directive coming in. But how do we assess all the situation? Make sure we have this great discussion as we intersperse all these with the latest, because also joining this conversation is Peter Ante. He's Executive Director at the Institute for Education Studies, and we'll have some great time around there. But Look, as we're talking to the national youth organizers of the MPP and NDC, what do us as ordinary people think about what transpired during the voter registration? And do we think the exercise went well or not? So we're going to roll on this morning. Nancy Amafajiradosi is going to be coming from a community in the Odododiodio constituency. We'll have some great expectations from all of us who are resident there. And make sure you catch the train of the crew who will be coming through. Kadi will be in with the latest showbiz. And then we'll have some great highlights from Benedict also in sports. Stay with us. We'll bring you the latest news headlines. Thank you for joining us for the show.